Hi there, I'm Blaine with Dryrun. One of the questions I'm asked quite frequently is how often should I update and review my cash flow? Well, there's really two things going on there. The first is how often you need to update your cash flow. It's really important that you're updating your projections every time something happens in your business that affects your cash flow. So if you're sending out an invoice, make sure you're updating your projections right when you send out that invoice. And as new information comes into your business, let's say you find out that you're going to get a check in a little bit late, you need to update your projections to reflect that. So make sure that whatever system you have set up for your cash flow, that it's convenient to pop in and do a quick change, quick update, whatever you need to do to make sure you always have a really clear picture of your cash flow projections moving forward. Now the second part of the question is, how often should you review your cash flow? Well, I would recommend that you review your cash flow a minimum of once a week. Now, it's really important that when you're looking at those numbers, you're looking at the actual date the cash will be coming into your bank account or leaving your bank account. For instance, if you send out an invoice and you're updating your cash flow projections, make sure you add in the date you expect the cash to come into your account. So let's say you send out the invoice and it's net 30, well, put in 30 days after the invoice is sent. But if it's a customer that chronically pays late and you know it's likely to show up 45 days after you invoice it, that's the date you put in your cash flow. 45 days after the date you've invoiced it. And that means your forecasts are going to be a lot more concrete, a lot more accurate. And finally, once a month, make sure you take a little bit more in-depth look at your cash flow. This is a time you may want to get your colleagues together, your partners, and even if you've been updating them weekly, this is a time to sit down and do a little bit longer look at your overall financial position and take a more in-depth look at your cash flow projections for the next 2, 3, 4 months so that everybody's on the same page and understands what needs to be done to make sure your cash flow is healthy. Now, if you found this useful, please feel free to comment below and let me know how you handle your cash flow and share some tips that others might be able to use as well. Again, I'm Blaine Bertsch with Dryrun. Thanks for watching.